Right back here is where I make my coffee at. It's, again, we're under construction, so there's a lot of weird stuff here on this. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you the Redgate Alien Bat Cave. I consider this kind of like Bat Cave area because this is where I spend most of my time every single day making all my plans for Redgate, doing research. Tons of stuff going on here. This is what is called the box office. It's connected to our theater here in downtown Deer Lodge. And it's kind of, we're going through some construction stuff, so I'm surrounded by costumes. So let's just take a look here at the actual Bat Cave and we can check out what I'm doing here. So right here, I have a bunch of notebooks and stuff. I have different notes of different things here. I like to keep a lot of notebooks with me, write down a bunch of different ideas and things of what's going on, make plans on them, set down goals and everything else. Then over here, I have my big board. Now this is my big whiteboard. So my big whiteboard, this is where I have the main things I'm trying to work on that day. All these things are great. They're really fun to work on. So let's take a look at this big board. So I got Jesus Christ Superstar 2020, that's our musical digital version that we did during COVID-19. We were going to release that here this Easter. I got my Redgate strategy. That's all my work on all my strategies for Redgate and how to get it the biggest distribution deal for a horror film in history, which is going to happen. I like to work out every single day. I got the Prison City podcast. If you guys not watch Prison City podcast, it's one of my favorite things we do every week. It's a podcast. We get together and talk about all kinds of different topics. I think it's really important to meditate every single day. You should always have a time where you can sit down for 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, 5 minutes, and just clear your mind completely. That is where some of my best ideas come from when I'm meditating or listening to music or something like that. It's so weird. Like within the first minute or two of trying to meditate, I will suddenly get hit with so many fucking ideas about different things. So I think it's really important for everybody to sit down and meditate. I got my 10X plan. My 10X plan is Grant Cardone. If you don't know Grant Cardone, he's got this badass idea on life where if you do 10 times the amount of your original goal, you will hit your original goal and then some. And the idea is really badass. You just work 10 times as hard, do 10 times as many things. And it's really cool. I just came back from a conference in Miami with the 10X plan. It was a lot of fun. My social media schedule, I'm working on that right now. It's going to be badass social media. I've done social media stuff for a long time. I followed Gary Vee stuff. You gotta outpace your competition. You gotta keep posting more stuff than your competition, and just constantly just go nuts on it, because nobody really knows you. That's the problem. Nobody really knows you, and the only way to get known is to constantly be posting stuff 24/7 around the clock, and that's it. And Clubhouse. So now I'm gonna start doing a Clubhouse every day at like 4 o'clock. Where I'm gonna just get on there and just talk aliens for an hour straight or whatever. So here is a clothing rack. These are costumes here that are currently here in this area because we have nowhere to store them here right now because our theater is under construction. Right back here, this is my computer setup. It's a standing desk that can also be a sitting desk. That's a light. There's a microphone back there. And this is where I sit up here and do the Prison City podcast. Or if I'm doing other podcast interviews, I will sit right up here. You have my computer right there and the podcast will work like that. Here's a note I have for things that happen during the day. I get a really good idea. I'll just note down right here. And then this right here, this is a book I got from 10X conference in Miami, and it's what I'm using to create my entire plan to market the heck out of Redgate and get it going. So yeah, so you got old theater posters behind me here, really cool. And then down here we have the mic setup, the lighting, the mic setup, everything right there for Prison City podcast, and I sit literally right behind me on this chair during that podcast. And this thing's really cool. It's desk. You can move this up and down. It's a standing desk, or it could be a sitting desk, however you want to do it. Very cool setup here, and yeah, you can see. And let me take you back here. I'll show you where I make my coffee at. Right back here is where I make my coffee at. It's, again, we're under construction, so there's a lot of weird stuff here on this weird setup all the way back here. Makes a great cup of coffee. It's really cool. So yeah, this is really the base headquarters for everything Redgate and how our investigations are going into the Redgate alien and the film and everything else. This is where it's all happening right now. Kind of weird to look at. This is where it's at right now, where I can imagine in less than a year or so, we're gonna have a much better setup for me to work out of, and I won't be kind of here in this Bat Cave type area where it's like half a box office, half a theater, half a costume room, and half my chaos of everything that I'm working on. Anyways, stay tuned in for new videos and subscribe and like, because we're going deeper into Redgate and aliens and Bigfoot and everything else with filmmaking and everything going on here in Deer Lodge, Montana. It's gonna be a lot of fun, so stay tuned and see you on the flip side.